Let's grab this. About a raw amber. Look at that. The perfect color. Add a little bit more red in there. And just add a little bit more raw amber. That kind of looks really close. More. It's probably a little dark, but let's go try it out. That kind of is our and we'll take this and follow through all the way down there. Okay, so now I'm just going to keep moving along. I'm going to grab some more raw amber. I'm going to come on this side. I'm going to put my hands, it's tricky. Kind of is like that, you know, that's the angle. Maybe I'll just bring it up a little higher. And then I'm going to bring this down. This point is slightly lower than this point in terms of a straight line. And then over here, it comes down slightly further. And then I'm going to get another brush on this side and clean that up if you can. I think I'm going to get more of an angle. It should be the same height as this, so it's here. There we go, that's better. And so now we have this red, and I'm going to just keep placing it. Instead of using white to lighten it, I'm going to use yellow ochre. And let's just keep filling in this space. I think I'm gonna need way more paint. Grab some raw umber. Yellow ochre. A bit more yellow. I'm going to add a little bit of oil to that, just so that I can help it. I don't want to put it directly in there. I just want to take little increments of it. I don't want a greasy pile of paint. Okay, so let's try this out and see what it's like. Okay, let's just do this. I'm using vermilion and I can't get it anymore, so I'm very careful how much I use. It's genuine vermilion and I can't get it anymore. So, I mean, you can get for other brands, but I don't use other brands. I just use Rublev. Mostly Rublev colors, except for the turquoise. That is Karma Pigments. That's made by Karma Pigments, but most of my paints are Rublev. But you can use cadmium red light. Cadmium red light would be the next best thing. If I had to put white in there to lighten it, it would turn pink, and that's the last thing I want. Probably will put a bit of lighter tones in there, but I think I'm happy with that for now. I'm just blocking in. I'm not going for any detail or anything like that. And so I want to just come here and grab this while I'm here. All right. And then on this side, I'm going to actually add a little bit of burnt sienna. And then I'm going to add a little bit of blue. A little tiny dash. And I'm going to place this I'm actually going to add a little bit of white in there because it appears to have that kind of pinkish color to it. So I'm just going to put this in here. Pink and red. does that look? And then this is just grass coming up here. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It's the same height as that. Okay. To me, that looks a little bit closer to where I'm going. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this paint. And I could still probably use that. And so I'm going to just wipe it off. Just place it right there because I can still use that paint. Okay. These brushes are called Micron. I find them very handy and they last a long time. Actually, much longer than some really expensive brushes I have bought in the past. But this is definitely a very good brush. It's not like the top of the line kind of brush. It's like a good budget brush. And I find these so useful because if I wreck them, it doesn't matter, you know, because they were cheap. Like cheaper than some brushes you can get from China. It's great. I'm going to mix up some of this brown color. I'm going to use a bit of brown sienna for this area over here. So there's a little bit of brown sienna in there and a little bit of raw umber. And raw umber is just like a gray, it just grays everything down. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow ochre into that. You don't always need to lighten with white. You can just lighten with yellow. Okay, so let's go and check this out. I actually want to make a line from here. Oh, it's about the same height as that. And this line is pretty straight. It's not completely straight, but I'm going to just make it a little angled over there. There you go. That's kind of how it goes. And I'll come here because I got that flashing. I don't know what it's called, but I think it's called flashing on the side there. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit more blue into that. It's a little bit too chromatic for me. Blue and orange are complementary colors. This is the best color to use to reduce the chroma red or brown. I'm going to kind of just add some oil to that. A dash of oil. Just mix the oil right into my brush. And let's just shade all this in. I don't want to wreck this brush too much because it's got a nice straight edge. Like I said, no detail at this point. We're just blocking in. I just want the color to be as close as possible to what I'm wanting. Okay. So next I want to kind of do this area over here, and it appears to be either rock or cord. Could either be one of those two, rock or cord, and it could be, looks like it could be a cordwood. And I'm going to go and get that color, and I'm just going to go and add a little bit of blue in it because I kind of want it to be sort of a grayish color. And then I'll go in and paint in all that stone rock work or whatever it is. I'm not 100% sure. It looks like it could be cord or rock. Don't know. Hard to tell. I'll just grab more blue. More blue. I want it to be kind of grayish. I'm going to add a little bit of a tiny dash of oil. I'm just going to work it into my bristles. When I use oil, I mean I use like the minuscule amount of oil. Medium, that is. Okay. Let's come along here and then come and paint in this. Oh, I just noticed something. This cordwood wall continues here. It's a little, I might even add some yellow ochre in there. More blue. More blue. More blue. More yellow ochre. Okay, let's try it out. Good enough. And it continues all the way up to the tractor. So it's quite dark over there. All right, let's just keep coloring this in. I'll just grab some blue and just made it a bit darker. And then of course I'm just going to go and add all that rock work or cord work, whatever it is. And afterwards, so basically just want to get that in. And then I'm going to grab a stiff brush, just take some of it out. Now I'm going to darken it slightly. I'm going to continue this in here. Just in front of that tractor. Okay, and then underneath there is kind of a dark reddish color. continue with this roof line here. And just keep filling in this area here. It's gonna put that reddish color in there too, from that wool. And just bring that down slightly. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna soften that area up there. I don't want any hard lines. And then of course there's a little bluer in there, a little darker. That's a brown. I'm going to refine that a little bit more. Next, let's come to the other side. Let's just darken this mixture just a little bit more, add some more blue to it. I'm going to add a tiny bit of medium to that. More blue. And then we'll continue here. Kind of sags a little. There we go. So there's a line here. It's quite low. Good spot there. Maybe smaller. So over here is the tractor, and I'm just looking at all my negative spaces, looking at the distance between this and the tractor wheel, tire. And just keep bringing that over there, and then there's this yellow thing, and we'll just place that thing in there. There we go. Kind of goes there. And then this tire, yeah, that's the tire that's there, and this is this one. I think I made it a little bit too big. I think I'm going to make this slightly smaller. There we go. And we'll take this. Let's just take this here. Well, here. Take this edge. Just draw a line. Just, we're not looking at a tractor, we're basically just looking at shapes. All we're doing is painting shapes. Shadow shapes, dark shapes, whatever shapes you can find. Just put them in there. And then you go and refine it afterwards, you know? But that's really how it's done. As you can see, I'm not using the tiniest brush. So I don't want to go fine. I don't want to go too much detail at this point. I just want to block it all in first. Because if I used a small brush, I'd be painting tiny details, and I don't want to do that. So I just want it to be very loose. I'm just kind of come along in this area here. It's a little bit more yellow. Add some white in there. There's a little bit of red in there. I'll add a little bit of medium. That's more like it. That edge is not completely straight, so just kind of soften it. All right. Okay, so I think we're making some great headway here. So now I'm going to come here. I'm going to move all this paint. Just going to place it right over there. Take my palette knife. So I want to grab some more blue. Oh. Okay, so I'm going to take this blue. I'm going to make some yellow ochre. A bit more blue, maybe a little bit of that. And add a little bit of walnut oil. Just work it into my bristles. Take some of it off and then work it into the paint. And so I'm going to come in here and start with just blocking in the trees. Just going in with shapes, no leaves, no individual leaves, just shapes. And you want it to be darker than lighter. You don't want it to be too light. We're not going for perfect. We're going for round about what we see. Okay. I'll grab more of this. More yellow ochre. Mix it in. More blue, a little bit of that. I'm going to come this side and paint on this tree here. This sort of comes off the side here. Okay, good enough. Good enough. So now we want to squeeze out some more blue. Okay, let's just take some of this blue. It's very stiff. I'm going to add some more in there. Grab this yellow. Some walnut oil. Okay, so that's very blue. I'm gonna kind of put it in here as well. That's a little too brown. It's okay, I'm just gonna make it a little greener. I found that was a little too brown, but that's good enough. Then I'm gonna redo that blue at the back there. Good enough. Now, I'm going to add more yellow to this. A little bit more of this. Some oil, just so it can flow nicely. Don't go crazy with the oil. Uses very minimal amount. Okay, so let's come along here and just fill in all this area here. Not perfect. I just keep placing it. There. I'm okay with it being a little darker because I'm going to go and place the lighter paint over it. And then there's this dried out grass over here, and then I'll just come on this side of it. Here. Looks like the grass has been somewhat cut over here and not there. I'll add some of this in here, some of this brown color in there because it's add a green in there. Yellow. Some more green here. And there's some more grass here. It's a little lighter. I'm just going to come add it in here. We're not going for blades of grass, we're just roughing it in. There's a little bit of grass here. And then I'll just go and roughen the yellow grass in there afterwards. Okay, good enough. So now we're going to come on this side. And we're going to come and roughen all this grass here. And then over here, we're just going to come and add a little bit of a lighter color in there. And we're going to come and place this here. There you go. And then there's this clump of grass right here. And another clump here. Kind of here. Okay, so we've got our block in. I'm just going to grab some of this yellow grass and then just rough it in here. I'm going to go with that driveway color. It's got a little bit of an orangey tint to it. Just going to grab a dash of white. I don't want too much. And I'm going to take some of this white. I'm going to add a tiny hint of this red in there, because that's what it appears to me like. It's kind of a sort of reddish hue. This area here, I made it too. It's a little yellow. Add more red. Basically just scrubbing it in there. The color's not right, but that's fine. I can always adjust it later. It looks like this white is still good. So I'm going to take this white. I'm going to take a tiny bit of medium. Just going to put it over there because I don't want too much of it in my paint. So I'm going to take the tiniest little bit and I'm going to mix it into my paint. Maybe a tiny dash more. I'm going to go. If you notice, the horizon is much lighter than up there, so and high in the sky. So I'm going to go ahead and make that much lighter color. I want to start with a little bit of raw umber. Just want to gray it slightly. I'm going to add a little bit of burnt sienna to this. It's a little hard. Burnt sienna. I'll grab some of this blue. Okay, it's like rock hard. I'm going to put it in here. I'm leaving some of that pinky color right over there. And I'm going to go and add a little bit of this turquoise. This is cobalt turquoise. I'm going to add a little bit more burnt sienna into that. Burnt sienna is the perfect color to neutralize your blue. What I mean about that is it reduces the chroma of the color I'm working with. I find the blue, the chroma is still a little high. I'm actually going to go and add a little bit of raw umber just to gray it slightly. And then I'm going to go and add a little bit more burnt sienna. I'm going to add a little bit more of this ultramarine blue. And I think I'm there. So I'm using a Micron number 6. I'm just going to rub my brush and just coat it in some walnut oil. And then I'm going to wipe it off with some paper towel. And I'm going to come here. And I'm just going to come and compare this color. Kind of looks the same, except I need way more. So now I don't really have enough color. This is just not enough. So And I'm just going to come and grab some more. And all this. Add more blue. The noise you hear in the background are my kittens playing. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of burnt sienna into that. More. A little bit of turquoise. Ah, too much. That's fine. That's good. That's good. More burnt sienna. This white and put it in there. Okay, that looks like it's the color. Just gonna add a teeny dash of walnut oil into that. Add a little bit of more burnt sienna here. Add a little bit of this. More. More. Okay, we're getting closer. Now what I need to do is have another lighter color so that I can move towards the horizon with the lighter color. So let's add this and add a little bit of burnt sienna in here. And we'll just leave that there. And then I'll just add more of that so that when I actually it's just gonna add more. So but right now I'm just gonna come here and I'm gonna come and match this color. And I see it's not too bad. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and add a little bit of this, a little bit of medium, a tiny dash of medium in there, and then just mix a little bit of blue into that. And I'm going to just keep going down. And I'll take this. Okay, then let's just keep working down. Keep moving along. Let's push it towards, you know, the barn roof. Just pull the paint down with your brush as you're blending it in. And take a bit of this, and a bit of this, and a bit of this. So you can just take your brush like this with a bit of paint on it. Scrub it in. Just make it a lot lighter on the horizon. You can actually add a little bit more burnt sienna to that, because usually the horizon has a slightly pink hue to it. And then you can just come down here and just add that pinkish hue. Doesn't matter if the sky is not painted perfectly even, you know. You wanted to make it look like an oil painting and not like it's a photograph. So I'm just going to come here and add a bit more of this blue in here. And add a little bit more of this pinky color right around here. Okay, so now we have the sky painted in. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint in those trees. So I'm going to go next. Move the sky color out of the way completely. Just scrape it off. It's pointless trying to mix color with all these other colors in there. Don't be lazy. Just move the color out the way. And as you can see, I'm just lifting it off there, and I'm going to come here. I'm going to place that sky color right there in case I need it for later around here. You know, when I'm painting the barn, if I need it, or if I need, you know, to touch up or something, like right here. Paint it right into the tree here.